Hey guys, how's it going? Hey, we are with 2 weeks to go, and this is pretty awesome. I've been very just proud of how well everybody's doing, and I hope this past week that a lot of you saw a huge increase in your ability to get through these workouts over week one of this month two segment. Um, for me, I felt that that second week it was just so much easier. Compared to that first week. And I just think it goes to show us how well your body can adapt, in a short period of time, pushing it that much harder. So hopefully a lot of you got some confidence boosted from this week and you were able to push hard. So here we go with 2 weeks left. I just want to do my best to get you through this third week as best as I can because after you have this huge confidence booster week and get through the workouts a lot better, a lot of people can kind of this third week start feeling beat up again. Totally normal. You may not feel it this week. You may feel it next week. Or you may be feeling it already, and maybe you didn't feel the workouts got that much better in week two. But hopefully, from what I've kind of seen, a lot of you, granted, a lot of you talk about cussing through your workouts. Hey, I'm right there with you. I cuss up a storm, trying to get through this stuff, and it is hard. But hopefully, overall, and deep inside, you felt that like, hey, this is getting easier. I can do this. I will do this, and we got 2 weeks left. So this next week, I'm going to try and be on you guys as much as I can every day, posting something. I know I haven't been posting as much, but I am watching every day, seeing you guys interact and kind of cheer each other on, and that's really great, and it's awesome. Believe it or not, I mean, this is a big group for Insanity to have this many people still sticking with it at this point in time. It's an older program. But it's one of the most difficult programs out there, and a lot of people don't make it past 1 or 2 weeks, let alone make it into month two and past week one of month two. So I really hope this week we can focus hard, really try to focus hard on doing the workouts and eating right. Both those two things are going to help you tremendously because guess what? Next week it's the last week, and the last week or whatever you're gonna have that in the back of your mind, like, I just got to do it this week. So this is the test week, this one right here. So let's keep on it, let's get the workouts in, and let's get this done, because then you're just a week away and you earn that shirt and some bragging rights. So as far as the workouts go, I don't think I've talked about specific workouts a whole lot, and I haven't seen too many questions other than going from high plank to low plank. I did see that, and it is rough on your shoulders. It's one of those things that you kind of got to figure out where you want your hands. You can get your hands too beneath your body, and you can get your hands too above, past your shoulders. I like them shoulder, right underneath my shoulders, and I keep my back really strong. I don't let my body rest on my shoulders. I try and engage my back to hold me up as much as possible. A lot of that's just getting stronger over time too. As you go down, you're gonna really utilize your core strength to get you up and down. So it can be rough at first. You may just have to work through it. But I've seen, lots of great comments from everybody. So keep it up and keep helping each other. So with these workouts, I don't know if I talked about it month one or what, but they are designed really intelligently. And I don't know if you guys have noticed or not, but in each interval phase, um, basically he's doing two things. He is doing a move that gets your heart rate to either skyrocket, um, and get that heartbeat up, and then he will go to a more power-based move. So for example, the one workouts where you do the you're running in place and then the four squats. That really can get your heart rate generating really fast. And then the next move is a power-based move. I can't remember. I should have wrote these down so I could remember them. But What happens when you go from a quick movement to a power-based movement is the power move allows your heart rate to drop back down a little bit until it drops back down, and then your body realizes it's working really hard again, and then your heart rate will go back up again. So it's giving you your heart rate a little break in between, but it's still really stressing your cardiovascular system. So he goes back and forth between high heart rate moves and then power moves that let your heart rate drop, just to get you stronger throughout this thing. And it's really intelligent the way it's done. And you kind of get this, if any of you have done a cycle class, they do the same thing, where you'll do like no tension on the bike, so your feet can spin really, really quickly, and then they'll say, hey, we're going up a hill, and you'll crank the tension down. It does the same thing. Your heart rate will be flying, and then when you start to climb that mountain, your quads really have to start working, and your heart rate will drop during that period. So, that's all those things are going to help you get stronger. Couple things I wanted to mention just from when I was doing them. Let's see, I'm trying to think of the move where you're in like a table and then you're kicking your feet out. I can't, man, I wish I could remember the names. I'll type them in later. But anyway, they kick back and forth really quickly. I used to do that move that way. It gets your heart rate up and it also works your abs. But now I actually do the move slowly. I make sure I'm in a really good table and I kick my legs one at a time, not slow, but really controlled. And I think it uses your core and strengthens your back muscles more effectively than doing them really quick back and forth. So, if you're struggling with doing them fast, try just making sure you're in a really strong position and try slowing it down. The other thing I want to mention is the push-up, like the power punches, where you're in a push-up position and you're punching out. I don't think, I'm not dissing, I think Anna is the one that they sit with that does them. She's doing them great. I'm not like dissing the way she does them because, I mean, by that time you're really tired anyway. But I would say you can do them a little better by when you punch out, you really, really want to focus on keeping your core tight and your legs tight and keep everything compact, because you'll notice as she's punching, when you go one arm out, your body wants to sway and it wants to tilt, and you go back down and then you punch the other arm and your body wants to tilt. So the way to do this most effectively and to get the most out of it is when you punch, you don't want your core tilting. You want your core as flat and as level as it can be. It's not easy to do, but that's when you're utilizing all those muscles effectively and getting the most out of it, is when you can punch that move, and you can hold it steady and tight and don't get that rocking sensation when you go from one arm to the next. So that's just a couple tidbits that I wanted to throw out there to you guys. And crank this next week out because we're almost there and it's so awesome. So I've been thinking about where to go from here. So I wanted to throw this out to you guys. I don't know if any of you have heard of Asylum. There's actually two versions. There's Asylum 1, or 2 volumes, Asylum 1 and Volume 2. I've actually done them both, and they are by far my favorite Beachbody workouts. And really, when people say, okay, I've done Insanity, where do I go next? I flat out just say you go to Asylum. How it's different is that Asylum utilizes weight training along with the cardio stuff that it has going on. But it's basically like a really good mix of Insanity and P90X kind of mixed together. I'm not going to tell you that you're going to get the strength that you would out of P90X, but you're still going to hang on to that high, cardiovascular improvements that you're getting with Insanity. You're going to burn a ton of calories, and you're getting weight training in that you're not getting in with Insanity. One of the things I've noticed is, some people react very good to Insanity, and some people react way better to P90X. It just depends on whether your body um, goes with that weight training and reacts to it, or if it likes cardio. I wish it was easy and could tell you they both work as effectively, but I've had some people that have done really good with P90X and lost weight, and then they go to Insanity and they gain weight, or they don't get anything out of it. Their body just doesn't like it. And I trust them enough to know that they're still eating healthy, and they're not sabotaging their gains that way. So then they go back to P90X and they start losing weight and they start gaining muscle, and it just works better for them. So if you are thinking about going to something different, we still have a month left in this challenge, and I would highly recommend, if you don't have it already, to look into Asylum 1 or like a 1 or 2. They're both great. There are some differences. The downside of Volume 2 is that you don't get an agility ladder with it. Volume 1 comes with the agility ladder. So you would have to pick that up either through Beachbody, or you can get them on Amazon, or you can get them in a local sports store. And they're not expensive. They're like 15 to 20 bucks maybe. So the major differences are this. I think that Volume 2 is probably more fun in a learning aspect, because there are like the agility moves. He does like step sequences with the ladder, and it honestly takes you a little while. I'm not going to say it's like Zumba and it's not like dancing, but you're definitely moving in a very systematic manner, repetitiously, quickly, as fast as you can do it. And when you are tired and when you are trying to focus, it's easy to be jumping left and right, and then before you know it, he's changed directions, and you're trying to figure out, where am I supposed to go next, and you get thrown off. I thought it was fun to try and learn that, and you get done with the workout and you're like, oh, I can do that better. I can do that without screwing up the step sequences. So it made me keep wanting to do that workout again. I looked forward to next week saying, hey, that was awesome. I screwed up a couple times, but I want to try it again. Volume 1 has some of the best workouts out there. There's probably the most famous is a vertical plyo. It is a 38-minute leg workout, and it is brutal. You don't understand, like, I don't even know how to like describe it, other than like 2 minutes, your legs are on fire, and you are like, how am I going to make it another 36 minutes? It's just ridiculous. But somehow you do it, and you get done with that, and you're just like, that is the hardest thing I've ever done, and like, I want to do it again. So the other thing is they have a workout called Game Day in Volume 1, and it's almost like they try and make it like each interval is like sports related somehow, and it's really cool. It's really fun. Like, you'll do track and field, where you'll do like almost a sprint type sequence with the agility ladder, and then you'll do like long jump, and then like one of the sections is like your like mountain climbing, and you're going to do like one arm push-ups and a bunch of push-up sequences that are just draining. But it's really fun, and it just throws in that sports performance action in with it. They do the same thing kind of in Volume 2, but a lot of people think the Volume 1 is more fun. But in Volume 2, they do a challenge at the end to test you, and it's based off this basically sequence of steps that you're doing. And you basically are doing it on the agility ladder, and you try to see how many rounds you can get through it in about 3 minutes. And it's fun. Like, I did it with a huge group when it first came out, and the first week people were getting like 4, maybe 6 rounds, and by the end, people are getting 10 rounds. And a lot of that is just learning it and not screwing it up when you're doing it, and it's just a lot of fun. So there is definitely a lot of agility and quickness to it. It's not like Insanity in the sense that you're doing very simple moves as hard as you can go and getting to rest. I mean, it's a little, it's different. I'm not going to say your heart rate's going to crank out as fast as with Insanity, but you'll go from some kind of like agility sequence, and then you'll lift weights, and like is very effective and very difficult. Volume two, the weightlifting, they call it upper elite. It's basically curls and shoulder presses and stuff like that. You probably need somewhere between I'd say maybe 10 pounds, and then if some of the guys are 180 to 220 pounds or so, you may be able to press 20 to 25s. I doubt 30s. There weren't very many people that were pushing 30 because it's intense. I mean, you don't stop. You're shoulder pressing for minutes at a time. I mean, as hard as you can go. So you don't need very heavy weights, but you may need some 10 pounders, some 15 pounders to get you through it. So that's my spiel. I think with a month left, I think moving on to Asylum gives you the best opportunity to really, really change your body with 1 month to go. And if you're in this for the big win at the end for the grand prize, I think this could really like shock your body enough to make it happen. So yeah, give that a thought, guys. All right, and I'll be happy to do some Asylum with you guys for this last month. If not, if you want to stick with Insanity or move on to a different program, you're more than welcome to do that as well. We just want you guys to do what you want to do and have fun and stick with us for the long term. So thank you. And if you have any questions, throw them out to me. I'd be happy to answer them. 2 weeks to go. Thank you. Oh yeah, for those of you that were cheering us on for our air climb, thank you very much. That thing was hard. Like, it was 32 flights of stairs, and I saw where some people had done it in 3 minutes or so, and I'm thinking like, well, the Insanity workout's like 10 to 12, 10 minutes long. How hard can 3 minutes be? And I went all out as hard as I could go, and I probably could have been a little bit faster because I was passing a lot of people up these stairways, and the stairway was narrow. Like it was almost like a couple times I had to wait to get by people because you're brushing shoulders with them as you're trying to get by them. So I could have been a little faster, but not much. I mean, maybe 5 seconds faster. And like I was about 3/4 of the way up, and I was hurting. Like I was just like, how much more of this to go? And like I got to the top, and I was just like, wow, like that was so much harder than I thought. So but I will say I ended up 56th out of close to 1,000 people. So I was very, very happy with that. And that all goes to these programs, guys. I mean, I work out an hour a day doing Beachbody workouts, and that's it. And that's how it happened. I didn't practice stairs. I went in there to help raise some money for this American Lung Association, and never done it before. And I just said, this is the shape I'm in, and I'm gonna do it this way and see what happens. And yeah, I got through it. It was awesome, but yeah, it hurt more than I thought it was going to. So anyway, this thing is run really long, and I hope that you guys do watch it because I try to keep them short, and I just get to talking. But hopefully, I want to get your feedback too, whether or not you guys like the videos. I'm not one to post like motivational quotes and stuff, but if you guys like that, I'm willing to do it. Beachbody puts them out there. I just don't look into that stuff very often to post them. I just more like, this has been actually more fun. This is probably the most fun I've had doing a group, is doing these video messages, because I can tell you what I want to tell you. And yeah, I got my hair cut today, so I hope I'm presentable for you guys as well. But I'm getting ready to go do a workout, and I'm thinking I'm going to do max plyo. and I'm going to try the 200 power jumps, and I'm going to have my wife film it for once, and I'm taking it down. Hopefully I get it. I'm kind of sore because I did insanity all last week in this stair climb, and I'm keeping it going, but we'll see what happens. Thanks, and yeah, give me a shout out. Let me know how things are going.